Announcing the introduction of the TomatoTime Sturdy Storable Cage. It's the only stackable and storable tomato cage on the market that's sturdy enough to support a full-grown tomato plant. It's far superior to its flimsy competitors, and it is preferred by experienced gardeners everywhere. Hi, I'm Ricky Lee. Today we're going to the garden to talk to veteran gardener Charlie Taylor to see what he thinks about the TomatoTime tomato cage.
It's easy to assemble and easy to disassemble. And to me, it's the ideal cage. I don't think I would want to buy any other wire cage for my tomatoes. And it will support any tomato that you choose to grow. Even though it's just loaded down with tomatoes, it will support it. To me, this is the best cage that's come along so far. The ones that are on the market now, really, they don't do the job.
The reason the TomatoTime works so well is its patented snap-together design that locks the panels together with great rigidity and strength without any clips. And it also snaps apart quickly for easy transport or storage.
Well, the ones I've seen are maybe 3 feet tall, maybe 4 feet at the most. They're made of very thin wire, and they just will not hold up a heavy tomato plant. The indeterminate tomato that most gardeners grow will grow higher than this cage, and it will fall over on the sides, but this cage here is sturdy enough to support it even when it does that.
So you think the TomatoTime does a better job of protecting your plants even when the weather gets a little rough?
Absolutely.
Now let's go talk to Orion Folsom, who's not only an experienced gardener, but has been a garden supply retailer for over 30 years.
Well, I like it. It's an improvement of the old original idea that we had years ago to make them out of reinforcing wire, but we made them continuous. There was no break in it, so made it cumbersome and did not store well after you were through using it for the season. So the idea of having it in segments to where it can be joined together and then disassembled for storage in the winter is an excellent idea. Properly caged and all the growing conditions being the same, you could double the yield in something like this.
Double the yield with a TomatoTime.
Sure could. But today I do intensive gardening, which means that you use products like this and 2 or 3 tomatoes to do what 50 used to do. I hesitate to even sell the others because I know the type of tomato I've sold the person and they just won't work. So I generally just tell them that it's a compromise, and this one is not. This one will do the job.
Well, today we're here with Olin Morgan in his nursery shop here, and Olin, I'd like you to tell us a little bit about yourself as a gardener and as a garden shop owner.
Well, I've been a gardener forever, and a garden shop owner, operator for 35 years.
First of all, just what's your overall impression of this cage?
Well, my first impression when I saw it was that somebody had finally made a tomato cage that would work. It's heavy duty, it stands up, it's tall enough, which is one of the big problems with the other tomato cages. They're just too short. The tomato immediately grows over the top, flops over, falls down on the side. Tomatoes will grow 8 or 10 feet given an opportunity, but some varieties. But most of them grow at least 6, 5 to 6. Or you could probably double your yield in a tomato cage of this type.
Is that right? In other words, one plant would yield twice as much
right
with a cage like
yeah,
this?
the same variety on a smaller cage probably would yield half what you would have here. When the customer sees this cage, that will stop the sale of the cone-shaped cages except for tiny plants. If I buy 200, I'll sell 200. If I buy 400, I'd probably sell 400 of them.
What do you think we can do to sort of educate those people to the benefits of this kind of a cage if they maybe don't know?
A minute or two of education is all it'll take. When people see how easy it is to assemble, how easy it is to take apart and store, I don't think there'll be any problem with selling the cage.
How about some of the folks that are maybe new to gardening?
Once one guy buys it and his neighbor gardener sees it, then the neighbor gardener will buy it, and on down the line. That's the way it's going to happen. It's going to happen through education and through word of mouth. Once it starts rolling, there will be no end to the roll. If you amortize this over the many, many years they will last. You could be talking about $1 a year for whatever it takes to hold your tomatoes up off the ground, to keep them neat, to help with air circulation and disease control and insect control, and all of that. It's a small price to pay.
Right.
Once they see it, they see the fact that it's storable and stackable, that it's strong and will support a tomato plant. That's all they want to know. That's all they want to know. They don't, that's what they've looked for, that's what they've asked for, and finally it's here. It'll be the thing. It's going to be the rage, I think, in tomato cages.
I'd buy the TomatoTime cages, without a doubt.
It'll serve them better. It'll last them 3 or 4 times as long, and in the end, they'll be happier with it.
It's tall, it's storable, it's stackable. All of those things make it great for the gardener.
Well, that's the story of the TomatoTime tomato cage. The sturdy, storable, stackable tomato cage preferred by experienced gardeners everywhere. I suggest you go out and buy some for your garden. Support those luscious tomatoes.